Let's get nuts. Well, hello, children. What's happening? Well, what's everybody doing? We're doing good. Got the home run derby on. Hey, good times. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It's Monday, end of Monday. We're halfway through July. And the world is completely insane right now. My God. Is it not? Is it not? But hey, thank God for movies and nerdy talk stuff, right? Because everybody's level-headed when it comes to that stuff, right? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like, thumbs up, share the stream, do whatever. You guys are awesome. Who's out there? How we doing? What's going on? All right, we got, let's start off right here. What's going on, Game City Savior? Hey, Dave, comic books are like religion. Everyone argues over what's canon, and they are both wrong and right. It's exactly what Zack said on Joe Rogan. Exactly what he said. Thwip Media, what's happening? Hey, Dave, I'm really excited that we'll finally get to see the Hall of Justice in the movies. Hopefully they evolve to have the Watchtower as well. It's going to be interesting. Going on there, Fear Jason, good to see you. We got Tony, this is where the begins. This is where something begins. What begins? What's going on, RJ? What a weekend. Yeah, nothing crazy happened at all. I don't know what we're talking about. Yo, what up, Dave? What's up? Let's go. Tay Oscar, he went up. He was doing pretty good. What is going on? We got Phil right here. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Always great to see you. Have any of you joined the official DC Discord community? They launched the server today. Yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that. Somebody made it be known, and I'm like, no. That's going to be, it just, why? I mean, there's plenty of Discord course, I guess you could say, that's happening on Twitter. I'm sure it's a mess. Is it a mess? I heard it's a mess because it's just going to be a bunch of people that are going to, obviously they're going to have just more discourse on there. So what's even the point? But I get why they're doing it. You got to try to utilize anything you can to promote the product. And Discord is definitely one of those things that you're going to utilize, right? What's going on, Abel? Hello, Dave. Are you going to watch the Twisters movie? Yes, I am. That's coming out this week. I watched Twister yesterday. I put it on. It's on Max if you haven't watched. If you want to, rewatch that. Love that movie so much. One of the reasons why that movie works so well, first off, the two leads are just great. Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace. Obviously, that they lead that, and there's an ensemble of just characters within there. But I think what really drives that movie is the fact that, from the opening scene, and I posted this on, I think it was yesterday, or was it Saturday? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. That, the tornadoes almost feel like paranormal beasts. Like, you watch that opening scene, it's like a fucking horror movie. It's a horror movie. When you see Jo and as a little girl and her dad ends up getting killed by a tornado and they're in the basement and all that stuff's happening, and then the sound design is so insane that these tornadoes feel like that they're just they're from the great beyond or something like that. I don't know. It's just something about that sound design that is so well done. And then of course 1996 visual effects fucking hold out, man. It's crazy. It's pretty much almost 20 years ago. So it's crazy. Let's get nuts. All right, what's going on, Eric? For all the folks complaining about David Corenswet's working man Superman suit, at least it doesn't have shoulder pads. Yeah, I would never join that talk. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's absolutely insane. So I have a Discord, but I just have not done anything with it. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, let me start a Discord, and I have a name and stuff like that, but I'm like, what do I do with this? It's not too bad, but you're not gonna like being in there if you're a Snyder fan. Exactly, RJ. Exactly. That's what we were kind of getting at. So, being a Snyder fan has nothing to do with it. DC fans are inherently pretentious and have been for years. Have been for years. I said that because 90% of the server are people excited for the DCU and ragging on Snyder, and the other 10% are the nutjobs who won't stop yelling about how everything but Snyder sucks. Yeah, I mean, that's so. Yeah, so right there, you're not selling it to me. I'm definitely not going to join that now, and I'm just like, yeah, there's really no point. Sadly, there's no point. I mean, I hate the Snyder crazies for sure, but at the same time, it's like, well, why even join that when there's plenty of that on Twitter? It's just plenty of that on Twitter. Anyways, guys, again, make sure you're subscribed and let's do this. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. It's been a crazy weekend. Obviously, on Saturday, I was at a family little pool party thing, which was cool. And yeah, then all of a sudden my cousin goes, somebody tried to kill Trump. And I was like, what? No, what are you talking about? And then, but she was just kind of like, it just didn't seem serious. I thought she was joking. It was like one of those things. I'm like, wait, what? You're joking, right? No, somebody tried to kill Trump. And then sure enough, it's like, oh shit, somebody tried to kill Trump. Oh my God. Wow, it took this long. Actually surprised it took this long, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because, when you're telling everybody the guy is worse than Hitler, I'm surprised it actually took this long for somebody to be like, oh, wait a minute, if the media machine is telling me he's worse than Hitler, then we got to get rid of Hitler. I don't know. It was just kind of like, I'm surprised it took actually this long, but crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Just absolutely insane. What's going on, Cortez? What is going on, Axel? Good to see you guys. Gail, Simone, Brian, Azaralo, and somebody else. Okay, I don't know. Oh, you're talking about like certain creators that are in there. I'm not joining. I'm not even in the Marvel Discord. Yeah, I don't need to join any of those Discords, but yeah. Anyways, my when it comes to all the crazy Trump stuff, I mean, it's insane. It's what's been on the feed with all the other, with all the movie and nerdy stuff. But yeah, it's pretty insane. And my 2 cents on it is it's crazy how there is 2 different conspiracy theories, because when you first see the whole thing, it doesn't seem real. Am I wrong? Where it feels like it's a movie, like everything that happened, and like when everybody like gets him up and he does the whole like fight thing, it's like, what the hell? We're in a simulation, which I keep on saying we are. This is a reality series that we actually are a part of right now. That's what it feels like when it comes to this whole thing. But yeah, it's just that image right there is just it's gonna be a historic thing. That's gonna be in history books and all that stuff, regardless of how you feel about the guy. But of course, there was the conspiracy theory that it felt like it was staged, and even I was going, "Wow, this doesn't seem real." But there was real bullets, and I don't think they would do a staged assassination with real fucking bullets. And not to mention, somebody actually died. We got to realize that. Somebody actually died there, so I don't think that that part was the thing that was staged. But what is the thing that we're not talking about, that we've been talking about for the past week and a half? Joe Biden and his wandering brain. Huh? What are we doing here? Something happened? What are we doing? What's going on? Hi. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about that anymore, so... There's that conspiracy as well. And you guys know I love me some conspiracies. It's just kind of interesting that, in the past like decade, when it comes to who's a conspiracy theorist, it used to be a left thing, then it turned into a right thing, now it's back to a left thing, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep track here, because the past like 4 or 5 years, especially with the COVID stuff, like the conspiracies were all on the right. Oh, these people are whack jobs, and everybody over here was like, wear a mask, get the shot, believe in big pharma, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not how it was 10 years ago. What are we doing? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out, guys, but there you go. It's all just absolutely insane, and something else is probably going to happen. That's all I got to say. It's like, I don't think this is it. This is definitely not it. But I have to say, though, is just like, when the media and politicians from Biden down are saying that this guy is Hitler or worse than Hitler, and then all of a sudden something like this happens, I'm like, you can't be shocked by it, because I mean, it's like, and kudos to the people who were like, even though, you know, it might sound pretty gross, that they were like, damn it, the guy missed. I'm like, well, they think that he's Hitler, so obviously if he's Hitler, you want to get rid of Hitler. And these politicians kept saying that, and the media kept saying that, and then all of a sudden they come out and go, we don't condone this violence, and I hope Trump's okay. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You told me that he was Hitler. What are we doing here? Are we just hypocrites? What's going on? I don't know. That's the part that was like, kind of like, wait a minute. He's supposed to be like this dictator, crazy dude, so he should be eliminated, right? But now you're saying you hope he has a speedy recovery? What are we doing here? Didn't Joe Biden even say, like, oh, I talked to my friend Trump? Your friend? He's your friend now? What are we doing here? It's all fake, guys. It's all fake. It's all fake. Yes, Alex Garland Civil War. And you saw that shit, too. You saw the photographers jumping into that. I saw, like, people mention that, too. Just crazy how, you know, yeah, basically Civil War is happening, so... Anyways, I'm rambling about that stuff. I don't need to ramble about that stuff. I was just giving my 2 cents on that whole craziness. I mean, we literally live in a movie right now. But let's get to some tweets, huh, guys? Let's get to some tweets. All right, first off, did you guys see... Okay, so I heard about this movie right here. We got Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. He was going to be in this movie called The Substance. This was at an earlier film festival this year. And, well, I'm curious because, it's starring them, and it seems pretty mind-fuckery right here. And I also heard that, yes, when it comes to this movie, apparently at the end of this, we have a naked fight between the 2 stars. Full-on naked fight between the 2 stars. So I'm like, hey, Demi Moore and Margaret... fighting each other naked? All right. Sold. Pretty good trailer, though. I will say that. And then, of course, rest in peace to Miss Shelley Duvall. She passed away on the 11th, so 4 days ago. At the age of 75, lived a pretty long life. And, you know, obviously she was like one of the original scream queens, of course, when it came to The Shining. She also did some other, you know, movies as well, but everybody, of course, knows her mainly from The Shining, which I don't know if that was always, I remember hearing that wasn't like the best experience for her, but hey, may she rest in peace, and I know she had some health issues, so she's not suffering anymore, so that's good. That's good. All right, what do we got here? More of Biden's hits. Let's see, we're talking about, Biden, stuff like that. Oh, this right here. So speaking of Twister, this came across my feed right here, and holy shit, that this made me travel back in time. Because back in the 90s, kids, we used to have these things called magazines. When Entertainment Weekly, of course, you get like obviously a weekly magazine. And when my mom would go to the weekly, trip to the grocery store, she would pick up an Entertainment Weekly. I remember this cover so vividly. Like when it came across my feed, I went, oh shit, I remember this cover because it looks ridiculous. Because Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt had a pose like they were in a Twister. And they did a good job, at least, with, putting the graphics on the magazine cover showing that, yes, they are, in fact, in a Twister. But I remember this because Twister was, probably, it's like Independence Day and Twister came out the same year. 1996 was a freaking crazy year, man, when it came to movies. I think Mission Impossible came out that year as well. It's just a good movie for blockbusters. But I remember this magazine cover, this Entertainment Weekly cover, and I was like, whoa, when I saw it on my feed, I went, that's cool. That's cool. Anyways, and then, of course, we talked about it on the Vox stream, of course, Captain America, Brave New World. Brave New World, that trailer came out. Some people were saying, because in, let's see, where is the shot? Boom, right there. Okay. So Captain America, Brave New World. And that trailer came out, and I was kind of like, okay, it's got some Winter Soldier vibes. We'll see what happens. Obviously, Red Hulk is one of the biggest things that everybody was talking about, especially when he had Harrison Ford obviously deny it in the perfect way that Harrison Ford denies things during interviews. But then there was a shot in the trailer that a lot of people, after what happened on Saturday with a ex-president that might be the future president in a few months, this shot right here, literally a shot. So then people are like, oh no, they're going to react to the fact that Trump got a bullet sent his way. And some people, you know, were, maybe not everybody, I know some people were like joking about it, but I saw some people going, oh man, they're going to probably like have to reshoot something or take it out or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, let's not go overboard when it comes to this stuff, because first off, the movie doesn't come out till next year. I think, you know, unless something really bad happens, then maybe. But right now, it's like, okay, well, you know, it was a little hit him in the ear. He's fine. He's fine. Hit me with your best shot. Fire. Sorry. He should, I mean, if he's going to do a convention, just use that song. Anyways, come out singing. Anyways. And then I think the most that they would actually do when it comes to that is, because yes, sometimes studios will react to current events, and I get that, but I think the most that they would actually do is remove that shot, maybe from the trailer. I don't know if they'll actually do that, but at the same time, Hollywood hates Trump, so maybe they won't, and they won't even think twice about it. I don't know. We'll see, but I know some people were talking about that, but I think we'll be all right. But I still think Trump should come out in his next convention. Hit me with your best shot. All right. Fire away. All right. Anyways. Okay. What else we got? Well, we got some, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. The press tour is happening like crazy. So, and Ryan Reynolds has been coming out with Doggy Pull. So they've been having fun with this. Adorable. Gotta love that. So they're having fun and doing all that. And we actually, okay, so gotta talk about this. Did you guys see the very first clip for Batman Caped Crusader that's coming out on August 1st on Prime Video? Well, I'm sure you guys saw it. Yes! Listen to the music. Look at the splits. Very comic book-esque. Boom! What? Did Batman what?
Nice car.
I'll say. Chicks dig the car. But yeah, Batman straight up whipped the Batmobile right into those dudes. What? They're fine. Those guys are fine. But naturally, of course, I saw, people online going, hey, where's all the, people who, defend the whole Batman killing thing were upset about that. I'm like, oh, God, why is it anytime something like this happens with Batman, there's always got to be the discourse when it comes to Batman killing. And I saw people like, where are they at? I'm like, they're enjoying a cartoon clip. I don't know. It's cartoon. Like, it's like, again, from both sides of the argument, it's not that serious. It's a fake character. And yes, sometimes he has a moral code that he doesn't kill, but sometimes it does happen. But again, this is an animated series, so let's not freak out a little too much about it. Let's relax. It's just an animated series. Those guys are fine, like Snyder says. They're fine. Let's not freak out. But good little clip. Cannot wait for it. It's going to be good times. Let's see, what do we got? All right, so this is kind of cool because people were making, obviously my opening with,
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Oh, I'm back. Anyway, so somebody made this poster right here. Said, let me tell you about this guy I know, Jack. Mean kid, Batsuit, hurt people, Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton, let's get nuts. Obviously, you know, when it comes to long legs, a lot of people were creating posters in the long legs kind of vein right here. Yeah. Whoop. Did I have that right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't have that. I didn't have that up. Sorry. Did I not have that up? There we go. Back at it. There it is right there. So just in case you didn't see it. But yeah, some people were making posters about that and had different ones. They had one for Despicable Me with the Minions and all kinds of stuff. So everybody's having fun with like making those posters right there. All right, you guys got to check out this edit right here. There's an edit that somebody made that where you just kind of go like, okay, yes, he was the worst Batman. The suit wasn't all that bad. I mean, when it comes to all the suits that came out in the 90s, you know, from Batman 89 to even Batman and Robin, the suits weren't bad. The suits weren't terrible. Yes, you know, you could probably do without the nipples. Maybe, sure, but the suits were actually pretty good. But the only thing about the Clooney suit was it was basically a navy blue, like a dark blue all around. Didn't really have, I mean, it was kind of cool because it was different, but you know, what if like it didn't have the nipples, and what if it was black and it had actually the proper coloring to the emblem? Look at this right here. That's pretty sweet. Saw this on my feed. And I thought this is a really good edit of the Clooney suit. Doesn't look bad, huh? I mean, there's been other edits too, but this one was pretty damn cool. You know, you add the gold behind the bat. The bat, I always liked that the fact that it was kind of like 3D-esque because, you know, they were kind of doing like a Batman and Robin kind of thing. But, you know, they got rid of the nippies and they made it all black. And that actually looks pretty damn sweet. I like this edit right here. I really do like the edit. I like the edit. So I just thought I would show you that, you know? You got Clooney without nipples. Sorry for those who prefer him with nipples. But thought that was cool. Okay. So you want to see something a little bit scary? See something a little freaky? Maybe because, you know, Jack Quaid, who of course in The Boys and of course is voicing Superman in My Adventures with Superman. Somebody made this edit right here that is actually pretty damn good, and he actually did comment about it, I think, on his Instagram, but it was just kind of like, wow, and it's just like, I don't know, you just have to see it, to just see it. What the who knows and I wish somebody would tell me who actually made this image. If anybody knows who made this image, please tell me so we can credit them because it's a pretty damn good image. They did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. I almost want to say that, that the costume right here, the live action costume, looks a little better than, you know, what we're seeing with another live action costume. But damn, does Jack Quaid looking like he's on that Alan Ritchson sauce. That's for damn sure. They just got to do something with that hair a little bit. Maybe make it more of a jet black and a more of a Superman type of hair. But it was just kind of hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But man, the costume looks pretty damn good right there, huh? Damn, whoever did that, very good job. Because I was like, dang, costume looks good. But yeah, Jack Quaid would probably have to gain about 87 pounds to look like that. A little skinny. He's a little skinny. But he's a great voice. Great voice for Superman. Oh, yeah, and then also, too, I mean, you know what kind of sucks about, like, you know, with everything that's happening online right now and what was happening with, of course, Trump, we did, you know how it always is, the trifecta, when we lose, like, 3 celebrities? I mean, we lost 3 celebrities, and for, like, a whole, like, 9 minutes, everybody was like, oh, may he rest in peace, Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons died. Dr. Root died. And then, not to, I think, like, maybe the next day. Maybe it was the next day, but Shannon Doherty died. So, condolences to all the families of those people right there. And, you know, they've been around forever, and they've touched lives throughout. But, yeah, so we had 3 celebrity deaths. But, yeah, basically, like, hardly anybody's talking about it because of all the stuff that's been happening when it comes to somebody almost dying. Jesus Christ. Just a weird weekend, man. Just a weird weekend. But yeah, we lost Shelley Duvall, of course, and then then we lose Dr. Ruth, and Richard Simmons, and then Shannon Doherty. It's like, geez, man. So, but I know like the whole cast of like 90210 put out their condolences, and other people too. Even Alyssa Milano, even though people were calling her out because apparently one of the reasons why Shannon Doherty quit Charmed was because of Alyssa Milano. People don't like Alyssa Milano anymore, and it's fitting because I can't really stand her either. And then speaking of Shelley Duvall, this is at the Stanley Hotel right here. They put a little memorial right here in the lobby, so that's pretty cool. That's cool that they did that. Like that. And let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, that's all that stuff. And we got some art. We got, you know me, I'm a sucker for art. We got some Superman Legacy art right here from things that we've seen, and this is actually from IG. This is Audrey Mari, 2 eyes in both names right here, that made this art that's basically, showing Superman, showing Lois, and Clark Kent. Love this. It's good stuff right there. Come on. That's just, it kind of brings like a My Adventures with Superman vibe to it. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Look at the messy hair, of course, of Clark Kent. But yeah, it's bringing that kind of vibe to what we're seeing right now when it comes to Superman and the costumes and the wardrobe and everything. So I don't know. One of the things that when I see at least Corenswet and Brosnahan, it seems like they're going to have pretty damn great chemistry together, both as Clark and Superman. Probably better as Superman than Clark, but it's going to be a different kind of chemistry, which is kind of cool. But yeah, good on that art right there. You guys know I love when people make art for things that we love or that we're looking forward to. Another movie I watched this weekend too, guys. I think this is what I watched on. I watched Twister on Sunday. But on Saturday, when I got home from the family get-together thing, I was like, oh, man, what do I want to watch right now? And I saw it. I think it was on Hulu. So I also watched Volcano. And I will say that when it came to, 90s celebrity or 90s crushes, when it comes to disaster movies, yeah, Ellen Hunt, and let's not forget about Anne Heche. May she rest in peace. She's no longer with us. But there's something about Anne Heche in Volcano that I kind of crushed on. I crushed on when, there's just something about her. Something about her. I guess I have a thing for blondes who are very smart when it comes to tornadoes or volcanoes. But yeah, I watched Volcano over the weekend because it was just like, right there. And I was like, you know what? I'll probably watch Twister maybe tomorrow. And I was like, let's just watch another disaster film. And I love Volcano. Volcano's great. Tommy Lee Jones, Volcano in the middle of LA. There you go. That'll probably happen in real life soon because LA's a literal shithole. But anyways, yeah, Anne Heche and Volcano, man. Crushed on her, and of course Helen Hunt as well. All right, what else we got? Anybody wondering exactly when we're going to get the Rebel Moon director's cuts, R-rated cuts, trailers? Who knows? Soon. Yeah, because somebody named Peace Walker asked, when can we expect Red Band trailer for the director's cut? Only 19 days left. Yeah, soon. I don't know why it's taken so long, but hopefully. But apparently, there is going to possibly what I was reading about. I wasn't sure if it was confirmed yet, so I didn't really want to say it's confirmed, but I heard Rebel Moon's going to have a presence at Comic-Con. So there we go. There's going to be something there, and they'll probably do a screening of something maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting on that. I guess we'll see. Did you guys see this trailer too? Terminator Zero. What? The anime. We won't watch the whole thing, but, I don't exactly know everything that's going on right now, but it looks very anime. It looks very Terminator. So you know what? I'm going to watch it. I've been looking forward to it, obviously, but The trailer was released today, which I thought, all right, cool. Looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty interesting. And then we got something else that looks pretty interesting when it comes to My Adventures of Superman. I haven't really caught up yet on season 2 quite yet. I have to like catch up on that. I watched all of season 1, enjoyed it, thought it was a nice fresh spin when it comes to Superman. I even liked the costume, but apparently Soupy is getting a new costume. That's right. Costumes all around when it comes to Superman. And let's face it, the last one when we saw that reveal, a lot of people didn't really like it all that much. So then, now, we have this costume. Oh, no trunks, no chonies. No chonies on this one. That's right. Superman free balling when it comes to this costume. But what the fuck is up with the shoulder pads and the knee-high boots? What? No. Why'd you have to do that? I mean, I guess technically they're not knee-high boots. There's just the red. All right. But the shoulder, what's up with the spiky shoulders? I'm like, all right. The emblem looks pretty good on the chest. They're kind of almost doing like the Superman Legacy one. Kind of a little bit with the gold outside. But I'm just kind of going like, knee-high boots looking thing. I mean, I guess if that fits the anime aesthetic, sure. But I'm like, yeah. But I'm just going, spiky shoulders? Why do you need that? It's whatever. He's free balling, though. At least, right? He is free balling. No chonies on him. And then we got Job Huts right here, adding to, speaking of Superman costumes, I mean, he's doing his little spin on it, and Job Huts has been doing a great job, even before we had the reveal of the new Superman suit. He was doing his best of, like, figuring out exactly what James Gunn's going to be going with. Now he has this piece of art right here, which looks just awesome. Because why? The cape's the best part of the whole frickin' suit. The lines, I'm okay with. And, of course, when it comes to art, when it comes to this art, the suit doesn't look really as baggy right here. So very excellent job right there. Just an excellent job when it comes to at least that drawing right there. So good on Job Huts right there. Excellent work. Excellent work. Oh boy. My phone is blowing up right now because Mama Film Junkie is in the family text message sending all the pictures are now coming in right now. Mama Film Junkie from Saturday. That's gonna be fun to look at all that. Then Jesus Christ! All right, this is gonna be bad. Why, Mom? Why are you gonna do this now? All right, it's all good. All right, so we also got this art right here for Joker 2. That who made it? It was from Samara Kabi, Samara Kabi, right there, who made this art. I love what he did with the logo right there and put the Folie à Deux right there with the bloody piano. That is pretty right there. And, of course, showing Arkham, Vacancy. Great art right there, too, from him. And then I don't know if you guys, any 80s kids, 80s, 90s kids, I don't know if you guys had these action figures, but these action figures were great. This was like the first, this was supposed to be for the Batman movie, but not really the Batman movie because those figurines came out later that were really for the Batman movie. But I had this figurine right here that had if you notice his belt, yeah, that's right. The belt was like a grappling hook kind of thing. So the belt shot out like which doesn't make any sense, but it was kind of cool. And then of course there was Superman, had that one as well. Nothing much there. I don't even remember. There was like a Krypton ring for some reason. Made no sense. Why would he want to have a kryptonite ring? Why would Superman have a kryptonite ring? And then he had the Flash, and you wound up the Flash where his arms did this. Had that figurine as well, and also Robin. And Robin just had a batarang and whatever. But the thing about these figurines, these fucking capes, these capes right here were a pain in the ass because they fell off and you would lose them. the capes, and then sometimes the plastic that, that kind of went around the neck would loosen up if they fell off too much, and then you just, and then you couldn't get them on there anymore. There was like a piece of plastic that wrapped around the neck right there. But yeah, that brought me back when I saw that, because I had all 4 of those damn figurines. All 4 of them. All 4 of them. Great stuff. Just absolutely great stuff. Anyways, what are we doing here? Hey, Chris Balga's here. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. The underwear lovers fell to their knees. Yeah, but then were they okay with the knee-high boots? Ugh. I'm not big into anime, but man, I will definitely check this out. Oh, you're talking about Terminator? Yeah, it's good stuff. Junkee XL is composing Sonic 3, so the movie is basically finished. Ah, cool. The suit needs the trunks. You think it needs the trunks? I just don't think it needs the knee-high boots or the shoulder pads. Suit was a massive upgrade from the first one. Superman free. The shoulder pads are because that's the Kryptonian armor in the show. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I want to do that. What's going on, Trapman from Vegas? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right, let's get into it. Let's start getting into the main topic here. All right, we got a couple of things. First off, one of the main things when it came to Superman is, obviously we're like less than a year away now, but we were a year away, and James Gunn posted the official logo, which was basically this right here, and you can actually have it as wallpaper if you want to. But yeah, we got the official logo with that blue background, and apparently this is going to be on there was even talking about releasing like an all-star Superman variant cover that might, have all this too. So James Gunn, of course, posting that, a year from obviously 4 days ago on the 11th, that Superman is going to be coming out, and he posted the official look for the logo, and looks sharp, looks great. We've already seen it many times before, but it's kind of cool to get like a full-on official thing that you can actually make your background if you wanted to. And then not to mention this as well, there's going to be merch at Comic-Con that you can get the emblem on. I actually do want that shirt with the logo on it. I think that's pretty cool. I already have, I have a Man of Steel shirt. The hat, probably won't get the hat, but I do like what the shirt looks like. There's going to be some Creature Commandos type of merchandise as well. They also showed a new poster for the Penguin that's going to be coming out, on the 14th, 19th, whatever it is. Basically, if you're going to watch, the Agatha series, you're going to probably want to get cleanse, a palate cleanse, and, just watch the Penguin. But yes, and there is going to be a presence. The thing about this, though, and going back to the whole rumor that, yes, there's a possibility that the Batman Part 2 is going to have a presence at Comic-Con. Well, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a big presence, and I think that rumor of the cast showing up, probably not going to happen, but Matt Reeves is going to be there, and he's going to be talking about not just the Penguin, he's also going to be talking about Cape Crusader. So there is that, and I'm just kind of going like, well, that's cool, and it is kind of interesting to think about, because if Matt Reeves is going to be the one that's going to be answering questions and talking about Cape Crusader, just kind of shows you how much love for the character he has. That, yes, he has his own universe that he's writing for, but he's also very much all about, hey, I'll help out and talk about other iterations of the character as well. That's why when it comes to the whole Arkham series that was turned into a DCU series, and he was going to be like a producer on that or an executive producer, I just wouldn't be surprised that he was like open to the idea of like, hey, I still want to tell my Batman story that I have right here with the Penguin series, and possibly there was a Catwoman series or whatever, too, that was rumored. But yeah, he wants to talk about that, but he's also like, hey, let me help with Cape Crusader. Hey, let me help with the DCU when it comes to that. I'm all about the different iterations of Batman, kind of very much like open to all that, and I think that's pretty cool of him. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. But then, yes, guys, we have the Superman set, and, there was going to be some shooting that was going to be happening at, I think it's called Progressive Field, where the Guardians play in Cleveland. And, when it comes to Metropolis, they have I guess, I don't know if it's Major League team or whatever, but they have a team that are called the Meteors, that they decked it all out when it came to that, and they were shooting pretty much over the weekend, and they were shooting like certain scenes, and some things were happening. And there's going to be some spoilers here if you don't want to hear it, but it's already kind of stuff that we already know. But yeah, so you've already been warned, and I'm just going to say that, well, when it comes to Superman basically taking the fight from the streets of Metropolis, it's going to show up at the ballpark, and he, well, looks like he is fighting that Ultraman character as well as the Engineer. And they got some pretty crazy stuff that's happening. Potential Superman spoiler ahead. And this is from the Greater Cleveland, showing things that are happening. Look at the little rig they have right here that Corenswet, or his stunt double, is on right there, doing some spinnies right there. You got the Ultraman dude right there. You got the Engineer on the ground. So there's going to be some pretty interesting fight choreography happening right there. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cool. It's like, all right, cool. Yes, please make it as practical as possible. And a lot of the shots that were showing that it was like, oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of practical stuff. They're not going to just resort to, of course, VFX. And you got to love that. So that's some of the battles that he was going through right there. But yeah, that was just basically happening over the weekend. Seeing some of that, there was some stuff too where they were on cables and they were like, you know, Superman was being dragged. They had all kinds of things that were happening when it came to this fight that's going to be happening on the baseball field, and thought, all right, cool. As long as they're making it practical. Thank you for making it practical. And I think that's what James Gunn wanted to do, was try to keep it as practical as possible. And it's going to be interesting to see the choreography of that, the blending of obviously visual effects and practical when it comes to this fight right here. Going to be interesting, and very much looking forward to it. So that's going to be interesting. And then we got Boba Talks right here, who got sent some images because today when it came to Superman shooting, there was something that was happening in the Stag Industries building. So everybody was kind of wondering what was going on in there, and people were taking pictures within there. So we have these images that were sent to Boba Talks, where he was going like, hey, look what I got sent. Cool shot of Corenswet in that beautiful cape, looking out to, I guess, reporters and people outside this building. And then we got Guy Gardner right there, bowl cut and everything. And, you know, that ugly white costume that he has right there. But so, I mean, some things came out right there. So that was what was happening today. Indoors, shooting. Who knows what's going on. But yes, there was mention of a certain building. There's a certain building that they're going to be shooting at. Forgot which building it's called. Oops. Let's see. What was that building called? There's like a building. Let's see. I'm searching for it. So many things. Where's it at? There it is. This building right here, Cincinnati Union Terminal, is going to be shot. They're going to be shooting this building, in this building, or in front of this building, July 18th. The terminal was the inspiration for Hall of Justice. That's right. So it looks like we're going to be getting the Hall of Justice, huh? Is this the Hall of Justice? Do they actually have a Hall of Justice in this movie? That's the question. That's the question. I mean, if it's inspired by it, it seems like almost like, well, are they hinting that there's going to be a Hall of Justice? Or is there actually going to be a Hall of Justice already established in here? Or is it going to be like a Hall of Justice that's ran by Maxwell Lord? I don't know. There's just so many questions. So many questions. But it was kind of cool to see like that building and everybody going, oh, that looks familiar. And, you know, everybody gets a little bit of a Woody or something like that. So that's cool. Let's see. What else was there? I think that was pretty much it when it came to things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And then, of course, well, yeah. And then, of course, we have Booster Gold. Booster freaking Gold. Yeah. You know, when I saw the, when I was told, because I was told about the possible rumor casting for Booster Gold, you know, my immediate reaction was, I mean, it's just, yeah. Kumail Kumail Nanjiani, I don't hate him. I think he's okay. He was just in Frozen Empire where I was like, okay, you're kind of annoying. I don't know. There was just like a whole thing when it came to that. And after, I mean, this happened on Friday that the report came out from Nexus News or whatever the hell. And of course, it was being passed around, and everybody was talking about it. And we talked about it a little bit on the Vodka stream. But after sitting on it a little bit, I'm still kind of in the same mindset of like, we could have done something better. I don't know. You know, there was like a whole thing of like in my mentions it got a little crazy. We're like, wait a minute, what about Jason Momoa, Aquaman? And I went, what are we talking about here? Are we doing just skin color? Because they're doing that whole thing? Well, no, that's not what I'm referring to. I thought Jason Momoa, when it came to him being cast as Aquaman, I thought that was perfect, to be honest. I thought that was like absolutely like, if I look at him, I go, yeah, I could see him playing Aquaman. It just kind of fit. It's like, yeah, you could step away from the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white devil. Yeah, sure, you could totally do that with somebody who's Hawaiian and who actually fits that mold of like, yeah, surfer-looking dude. Yes, absolutely. When it comes to this right here, I'm just kind of going, well, first off, he's like in his, mid-40s? And a lot of people were commenting about that. But what's interesting about this, guys, is the fact that this came out on Friday. We had a whole weekend into Monday. No debunking from James Gunn. That's one thing. And then it's kind of funny, too, because people were... So, we had this tweet right here. On the 11th. And this is Kumail saying that he's in. He's in. Period. In. That's it. In. And a lot of people are bringing this up. And then shortly after the news broke, he did follow up the tweet a day later going, to be clear, I meant in as in I am in to watch this movie, not I'm in this movie. I am not in Superman. But I'm very excited to watch it. And then, of course, everybody is just going crazy and being like, hey, what the heck? You know, are you Booster Gold? The timing of that was pretty interesting. But the fact of the matter is there hasn't been a debunking of that. And usually James Gunn might. But then again, maybe he's been busy. Maybe he's not. And maybe it's one of those things where maybe Kumail's still in talks. I don't know. I mean, that's going to be one of those I'm going to have to wait and see because I don't really like I've been liking most of the castings for DCU so far. This one, not really feeling it much at all. Just not really feeling much at all. How you guys feeling about it? How are we feeling about it, huh? He's most likely Booster Gold. Yeah, it probably is. Wouldn't mid-40s be young for Booster Gold if he's supposed to be hanging with white Blue Beetle? White Blue Beetle? In the 90s? I mean, I'm trying to wonder. I just don't, yeah, Jacob, you don't see it either. Let's see. I'll give it a shot. If it's true, I could see him playing a douchey. Yeah, I could see that too. Billy Magnesium. Glenn Powell smartly doesn't want to be any hero except Batman. Yeah. No, good on him. I know when there was like but he did bring up Booster Gold a while back. I will say that. So headbutt the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Man of Steel, Magnolias. Appreciate it. We want Whitey. We want the blonde hair. We're tired of this race bending stuff. We're tired of race swaps. Okay. You know. Though the thing I've always said about anytime they race swap a character, I'm like, just make it make sense. Don't just do it to pat yourselves on the back and be like, look what we did. We're progressive. We hate white dudes. Long as you make it make sense, perfectly okay with it, you know? And anytime that they've done that, like, again, going back to Jason Momoa, you look at him, he's Hawaiian. He looks like he surfs. He looks like he goes into the water a lot. And he's very outdoorsy, so it just worked. I mean, he was in Baywatch, for shit's sake. Jason Momoa, like, one of his first roles when he was very young was in Baywatch. So it's like it fit the character. So long as you can make it fit the character and you're not just doing it for the sake of just being progressive, I think a lot of people just like come around to it. You know? When it comes to Booster Gold, it's like, we'll see. I don't necessarily need the blonde hair pale face. I don't necessarily need that, but but at the same time, I'm just going, Kumail, I don't know. Maybe it'll work. I guess time will tell. We'll see what happens. But there you go, guys. There you go. Was there anything else? I think I got everything when it came to DCU news. But it's just kind of funny, like the tweets and everything that came out for it. Whoa. Okay, stomach. God, my stomach's already like, is it dinner yet? I'm hungry. Growling. Got the home run derby still happening. Not sure who's winning. All right, let's talk about Comic-Con, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And some people, of course, who are in the chat, or some people who've been on the Vodka stream, of course, are going to be there. And naturally, when it comes to the two big studios that should be there, Marvel Studios and DC Studios, obviously DC Studios, we've already gotten it confirmed twice, not once, but twice, and hopefully not a third time. But I wouldn't be surprised, because James Gunn can't help himself sometimes when he's responding to people on social media. But he's not going to be there, but there is going to be a DC presence there for sure. But when it comes to Marvel Studios, they are definitely going to have a presence there. So we just got a couple of things, nothing too much, but we have one thing from Kevin Feige, a quote from Kevin Feige talking about being at Hall H yet again. What we're able to do this time is get back to literally designing our film schedules around what we would have ready to show at Comic-Con to announce and set the expectations and the tonality of what's to come over the next couple of years. Yeah, sure, you're going to announce some shit, announce some dates, put up some graphics, and then what's going to happen? Those dates aren't going to be met. That's what always happens. That's what is so kind of funny about it, is like, remember, wasn't it, when did they announce like Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars? And of course, those dates changed. Now we don't even know if Kang Dynasty is happening because of all the things that happened with what's his name. And it's just like, yeah, sure, you could set up the slate, you could set up the tonality, but at the same time, is it actually going to happen? And it usually doesn't. That's what's funny. But hey, you got Fantastic Four, you got Deadpool and Wolverine. That's fine. You got Deadpool and Wolverine's going to be, of course, big there. And they're going to be maybe, I don't know what exactly they're going to do there, because it's already going to be kind of like already out. Or is it the weekend of? I don't know. It's going to be like the weekend of. So there's probably going to be like screenings or something there. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and Sean Levy will definitely be there. But I think that the biggest thing is going to be Fantastic Four and having that whole cast there. But we got Eric Davis right here talking about, he posted this earlier a couple of days ago, saying that Marvel Studios San Diego Comic-Con panel will take place on Saturday, July 27th from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And, of course, he will be there. And then, of course, he did mention about DC. He said, with the Saturday schedule now official, it appears WB will not be hosting a film-centric panel this year. No big DC preview, save for, of course, for Mac stuff with the Penguin. Kind of surprised Gunn isn't coming to make a big splash, but maybe they have something planned down the road. Well, he already talked about it twice, Mr. Davis, that wasn't going to be happening. But hey, that's one thing. And then, of course, they released this thing right here as well. Like when it comes to Hall H and Deadpool and Wolverine, the ultimate Deadpool and Wolverine celebration of life. When Thursday, July 25th, doors open at 5 p.m., panel at 6:30 p.m., where? Hall H at the San Diego Convention Center. So you have that as well. So yeah, they're probably going to be screening the damn movie somewhere there. So if you're going, yeah, hopefully you didn't buy tickets to like some other theater or whatever, because you could probably just watch it here at the convention center. Maybe not. I don't know. They're probably going to show it there because that's the weekend it comes out. It's actually pretty perfect right there that the weekend it's coming out, all this is actually happening. So yeah. So you got the panel Saturday, but you also got this panel, Celebration of Life, Deadpool Wolverine, on Thursday. So plenty of things to look forward to when it comes to Comic-Con, at least for Marvel Studios. But yeah, it doesn't look like that rumor that the Batman cast, even though that would be so fucking smart. And I said this last week, You're not going to have James Gunn there or really a big DCU presence, so get Matt Reeves there to talk more about, if he's already going to be there, talking about Caped Crusader, Penguin. Maybe there'll be something. I don't know. Matt Reeves is going to be there. Maybe there's going to be something, a surprise. Warner Brothers and DC Studios need something. He's already there. Have him talk about the Batman Part 2. There's got to be something, right? I'm not saying that the whole cast is going to show up, but hey, Matt Reeves is going to be he's doing a Q&A, right, for Caped Crusader, so somebody asked him a question about Batman Part 2. Someone's got to, right? I don't know. I just have a feeling it's going to be some kind of surprise. I'm fingers, toes, eyes, balls crossed, guys. That's something, at least when it comes to Matt Reeves' Batman, besides the Penguin, will be mentioned or shown or talked about or revealed at Comic-Con, even though they're not taking like going on stage and doing something crazy. Maybe something, guys. Maybe something. I can hold out hope. Please. Maybe the script isn't... Yeah, the script probably isn't finished, but something. Matt Reeves said he's famously a slow writer in interviews. Yeah, he's always talked about that. There's a new co-writer for the Batman 2. Oh, shit. I see that. Yeah. Farrell won't be there in person. He's showing up virtually. Well, at least there's something like that. I don't know. Please, Matt. Please, something. Give us something. Just seems like that would be smart. Because next year is going to be all DCU stuff. Next year is going to be completely DCU. I'm surprised they're not doing Creature Commandos panel. Yeah, they'll have some kind of presence there. I know that, though. I don't know. I just want something. Something, man. All right. Let's move on. Box office. All right. Well, the box office was pretty great this weekend because I love it. Especially with this movie because I saw Longlegs. Obviously, you guys saw my first reaction. And, of course, I did more of a review and talked about it more on the Vox stream on Friday. But Longlegs being a small Neon Studios movie and the hype was there. Everybody's going. I mean, this is the thing. You got to love this. Original psychological crazy horror movie. And it was like, okay, it's going to be summer blockbuster. Let's try to do something here. And people showed up. People freaking showed up. And you love to see it. And it came in second because Despicable Me 4, of course, is just like kicking ass, which made 43.6, 41.9% drop. But look at Longlegs right there. $22.4 million domestic. That's pretty damn good. Didn't get an international release. Maybe it will. I don't know. And I can't even imagine that the budget for this was more than $10 million. So it's already well on its way to be profitable, and you just got to love it. You just got to love it, man. Nicolas Cage, man. Nicolas freaking Cage. And then Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon only made $9.4 million. Total, $18.4. That movie cost $100 million. Yikes. Fly me to the debt. I don't know. That sucks. That movie just didn't really have anything going for it. I mean, it sounded like it was a pretty interesting idea. You have two stars like Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson. It's just, no, people wanted to see crazy Nicolas Cage with the crazy makeup and prosthetics and wanted to be mind-fucked. That's what people wanted. They wanted to go get mind-fucked, not go, aw, for a romantic comedy. They didn't want that. They wanted to be mind-fucked. That's what they wanted. But you gotta love it. I mean, even though technically this movie only made, well, what, $4 million less than Longlegs? Well, more theaters. How many theaters? Let's see. Fly Me to the Moon was in 3,356 theaters. Longlegs was in 2,510 theaters. Screens, I should say. I think that's total screens, or is that theaters? I don't know. But that's what it says right there. So, wow. That's right. Horror is running strong right now. Who cares about the pretty people? Nobody wants to see they want to see Nicolas Cage in crazy makeup. Anyways, I forgot to hit that. Who saw Longlegs this weekend? Anybody? It's Apple? Oh, okay. Don't think they know how to... yeah. And if it's Apple, I mean, they have the money to back it up, and it'll probably do well. It'll probably do well on Apple TV, so... they're probably not even, like, caring for that. Who's in Longlegs? Yeah, well, it's Micah Monroe and Nicolas Cage. It's a good movie. Check it out. Check it out, guys. I mean, yeah. It's not going to... it's going to be one of those movies where you're just going to feel like, what the fuck, you know, after watching it. I'm just saying. It's great shit. Anyways... DCU Batman. Ugh. We're still a ways away. We're still a ways away from DCU Batman being announced. Probably, I mean, this is probably going to be something that might be announced next year at Comic-Con, is who's going to be Batman in Brave and the Bold. And, of course, naturally, everybody's just going to put out their picks. It's hard for me to even think. I mean, obviously, you got the main ones. You got your Gyllenhaals, your Jensen Ackles, you know. You got those guys. And, of course, Alan Ritchson is said, hey, I want to be Batman. So has, of course, Glenn Powell. It seems like everybody's like, hey, if you want to be Batman. But I just don't think it's going to be somebody. I think this time, because it seems like always when they cast a Batman, it's always an actor that's already well established, already has a name for themselves. I think Christian Bale, and maybe Michael Keaton at the time, but even people knew who Michael Keaton was. It just seems like Christian Bale was like, he was kind of known because American Psycho already came out and he made a splash with that. But it always just seems like the Batman castings are always somebody that's already known. You know, when it comes to Superman, you always go, who the fuck is that guy? Well, he looks like Superman. That's good enough. But when it comes to this person, and I've seen people talk about him before, but now it's the reason why I'm bringing it to light is because he's actually taken it upon himself to be like, hey, I'm posting stuff, and people are starting to really take notice of this gentleman right here, and that is Brandon Sklenar? Brandon Sklenar. That's right. And some people are just like noticing that he's been liking things and posting things, and people are just like, hey, we want you to do this. And people are just kind of like showing like, and we're seeing like responses and everything. And he's liking the responses because people are like, hey, he needs to be Batman. And people are going like, oh yeah, he's going to be auditioning right here. Let's see. Even Blake Lively said, you know what? When I have to say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him wear pants. That's funny. But a lot of people were noticing that's like, no, I never even like knew who this guy really was. But, well, here's some images. So, dude's pretty built. He was in Westworld. I know that. So it's basically, and there's a lot of images already. Dude's, he's actually bigger now. But there's been people that have already like put him on fan art, all this kind of stuff. Already making him Batman. You got the side profile. Okay, the chin not, you know, it's not quite Ben Affleck chin, but, you know, not a bad jawline. But yeah, a lot of people just keep on going like James Gunn cast him as Batman, please. And he's been bulking up pretty good. We got going back to Job Hutts right here. Did a version of that. Did a version of him. And possibly a version of like the DCU Batman that might have some blue in it. A lot of people are making little collages right here showing him. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. A new player has entered the game. And I'm going, all right. I'd have to actually see him and go back and like watch some clips. Here's there's a new image right here that he actually posted. Dude's pretty damn, you know, he's pretty big. And he keeps on getting bigger. I don't know if he's doing it for a certain role, but there he is right there with a buddy of his working out. And he's looking pretty damn huge. So, what are we thinking here, folks? Thinking that he could possibly be someone? He could possibly be Batman? I don't know. We're going to have Aaron Bailey. Aaron Bailey, buddy. Aaron Bailey even added to the mix right here. Got the blue. I definitely think they're going to do the blue. Now, are they going to do the white eyes? I don't know. But I definitely think they're going to go with the blue and gray. That's my guess. They're going to go with the blue and gray this time. But yeah, a lot of people are just kind of fan casting him right now. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Putting him next to Corenswet right there. You know? But yeah, you just type his name and it's like you just get a bunch of like castings and stuff. Like I saw Green Arrow right here talking about it, you know, and showing pictures like, look at how big, you know, and comparing him. Look at up, dude, the fucking guy's huge. He's huge. Huge. All right, we'll see what happens. I mean, no guarantees, but I'm just kind of going like, you know, when it comes to Batman castings, I'm always open to like, okay, who would be pretty good for a new Batman? And I always, when people ask like, who would you cast? I just go, I don't really know. I think, you know, it's going to be somebody who's not going to be known already, to be honest. And seems like this guy might be at least on the short list. On the short list, there's even a clip that was floating around too, like a couple of months ago, where it was like he was showing Bruce Wayne vibes. I'm not even sure what that clip was from, but yeah. So Brandon Sklenner. I can't even say his last name. So how tall is he? I don't know how tall is he. He looks kind of like a young Bale. Gunn would cast him. He is always casting hillbilly looking motherfucker. Hillbilly looking? Okay. So he's always casting hillbilly motherfuckers? Okay. Mr. Terrific, pretty hillbilly. Yeah. Nicholas Hoult, pretty hillbilly. Hell no to the Andrew Garfield is Batman. He ain't Batman. Who's Andrew Garfield? Batman. What? I thought Gunn didn't do fan casting except for Superman. He did fan casting for Superman? I didn't know anybody thought Corenswet was... I didn't hear about Corenswet until I thought he was like on the short list. Or did he help? Yeah, Lee Pace was always was kind of my choice. And that's the thing. How old is... let me look. Let's look here. Let's get some... since it was already asked, let's get some... Brendan... Let's see. He's an American actor. He's not British, at least. He is 6'2", 34 years old. Huh. Is that old enough to have a Damian Robin? Or can he, like, age up a little bit? I don't know. But he's 6'2". He's going to be shorter than Superman this time. So I don't know. Not a bad choice. Probably not going to happen, though. Not getting my hopes up or anything. I just was like, when I saw like what the dude was looking like, getting just like jacked, I was like, all right, that could be something. And I saw people talking about it, so it probably would go that age. Yeah, it might. It depends on the age of Batman they want to go for, because this will be somewhat older Batman. Yeah, they could gray him up a little bit. You know, they could gray him up a little bit. Yeah, exactly. They can gray him up a little bit. Again, everybody always emphasizes on the actual. Like I was having these conversations on Twitter about like the whole Rick Flag Sr. thing and Frank Grillo. And it's like, well, how could he be, you know, this age when Joel Kinnaman is this age? And I'm like, you can't, anytime an actor is playing a character, you can't just think that they are playing the age of their age, of like their own like real life age. You know, they could play, you can go back or forth. They could play younger, they could play older. You know, don't ever look at what their actual age is. That's never usually what happens. It's not usually what happens, so I think it'll be all right. Bruce can be in the early 30s. Just say he slept with Talia when he was in his 20s and his son shows up in his early 30s. Yeah, there you go. I mean, if he was like, you know, when he's training, that's when he could have got some Talia, you know, loving right there. Make Batman a teen dad, you cowards. That's what I'm talking about, Jose. It'll be a whole thing. They made Affleck look older. So it's not out of the realm to do that. But, you know, I am, if he ends up being it, I'd actually be okay. Just by the look of him, I'm like, yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. I think like before when I saw people casting, I was like, I don't know. But then I saw him shirtless and I fell in love. I mean, when I saw him shirtless, I thought he could be Batman. Yeah. Ignore what I just said right there. Anyways, okay. Moving on. All right, let's get to some Twitter questions now. See what you guys are saying over here on the good old Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it. Eric, hey Dave. When you brought up conspiracy theories, it got me thinking about JFK, and that got me thinking about Rob Lowe's perfect portrayal in the Nat Geo docudrama Killing Kennedy. So who are your favorite portrayals of real-life presidents? I thought whoever played Nixon in Watchmen did a pretty good job, right? Didn't they do Nixon in Watchmen? Or did they also do Nixon in Days of Future Past? I'm trying to think. What was the other times that someone's like actors have done, have played like real life presidents? I don't even know like when else has that been the case. Didn't Josh Brolin do Bush? He did W. He did W pretty good, right? It's not too bad. Not too bad. Nixon was in both. That's right. And yeah, I thought both were like. Sorry, I was looking at the whatchamacallit. Yeah, my desktop. I need to clean off my desktop. I have all my clips just like chilling on my desktop. But yeah, I was just like. I figured I was like, wait, didn't he do both? That's pretty cool. So maybe that. Tet, I'm excited for Kumail. Booster, I feel like that character and that actor both haven't got the right story to shine yet. That's a good take. Mr. Nobody, hey Dave, Booster Gold is only one of many. We're gonna see a lot more current former MCU characters coming into the DCU. Case in point, Dave. Batista, Chris Pratt, Karen Gillian, Michael Rosenbaum, Sly Stallone. You really think that Sly Stallone's gonna have he's gonna be a character in there? Are we just assuming this, or what are we doing here? I mean, I guess we can assume this, but you know, all right. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, question 1. If when the DCU does reboot many years from now, do you think it'll be done in a Flashpoint or Crisis on Infinite Earths movie? Probably. Darkness Under the Wind. Question 2. If Captain America Brave New World is equally as amazing as Deadpool and Wolverine will be, I doubt that. Will that indicate that the MCU has finally figured out their problems? Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, be kind of cool. Question 3, since Deadpool and Wolverine is about universe hopping, could you see a jab at the Sonyverse? Yes. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. And then Devon Wooter. Dave, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump shooting in the ear? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. I don't know. Just keep on going back. I don't know why. I just have this like image of Trump singing that song. Singing that song. He probably would. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's probably going to play a 50 Cent song during his campaigns because 50 Cent is all, but you know, he's pretty much endorsing him. So who would have thought that? 50 Cent, Donald Trump coming together. Let's see. In the ear, you think he will win the election now? Oh, I think it's pretty much a shoo-in unless they poison him or blow him up or something. I don't know. I think he's pretty much a shoo-in. I think people are just kind of going, yeah, Biden's lost. Can you raise your glass for the 3 celebrities who passed away? Yep, already talked about them. Do you think James Gunn will do a Lobo movie if Deadpool and Wolverine do well at the box office? I know that there was like a rumor. There was a rumor, and it's not really a rumor, but there was like somewhere that was reporting that pretty much Jason Momoa is going to be playing Lobo, and he might be showing up in Supergirl. Might be showing up in the Supergirl movie. But I mean, I think we're pretty much. I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised if Jason Momoa ends up being Lobo, and you know, it works. I mean, when I think Lobo, I'm like, who could play him live action? I mean, Jason Momoa is just like pretty much a perfect fit for that, if it actually happens. But you know, I think it's pretty much perfect. But yeah, we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me. Looks like the home run derby is still going on right now. It's down to I don't know, down to what, a Dodger and a. What the hell? I thought he was drinking vodka. Holy shit, that's water, though. That looks like it's vodka. Anyways, hit that like, thumbs up. Make sure you guys do that. Thank you guys for doing that. If you want to become members, please do that as well. Patreon, got stuff up there. Got everything posted there as well. We'll be posting some more exclusive things on there and get shit out there first. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Film Junkee Live. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good Tuesday. And yeah, guys, stay cool. Talk to you on Wednesday. Later.